Hi, did you ever stop to think about the cost of lies? Let's talk about that. Hi, I'm Paola Ranova, founder of Ranova Enterprises and creator of the Cardinal Method of Life Connection. And today I want to talk to you about the cost of lies. I watched that series, Chernobyl, in HBO, and I was very impressed with the way they told that story. I remember in 1986, I was 8 years old, and there was a whole turmoil in the world about Chernobyl. So we knew what was happening. As a child, I heard the word Chernobyl, and I knew that a power plant had exploded in Russia. And about a year later in Brazil, some similar thing happened in Guyana with radioactive disaster there as well. So that really is part of the world's history, and I do remember that as a child, the whole disaster of Chernobyl. The way they talk about it, the power plant exploded, and politically, the way they told the story, it is because there were a lot of lies in the system. And symbolically, even the political leaders there admitted that it was kind of an omen, or an indication that the Soviet system was dissolving. What I want to talk to you about today, using that analogy, is the cost of lies in families and how lies create nuclear power plants that will eventually explode. I see this in people's lives here at Ranova. So the more we lie, the more we create a black hole that sucks energy, and that will eventually explode. And the thing is, in a constellation perspective, and in my research and experience, and not just myself, but thousands of practitioners in the world, we are responsible for the next generations. So the more we lie in our lives, the more future generations will pay for it. What are the lies for the family soul? First of all, the family soul only understands the truth and what is not true. So whatever is not aligned with the truth will be seen as a wound in the family system, or as a power plant that will explode eventually. Only it won't explode in your generation, in your life. It will explode in the future generations, especially the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren. Reason why Native Americans say that what you do today will ripple effect in the 7th generation. You will reap what you sow only 7 generations after you were born. So you won't see the results of your actions. That's why you should lead an impeccable life according to these Native American traditions. So whenever we lie, whenever we have family secrets and taboos in the family, things we don't talk about, things that are hidden, we are creating wounds or power plants that will explode eventually, like Chernobyl. What is the cost of lies in a family soul? It's the cost of life. So when we live in the truth, what do we sacrifice? We sacrifice our ego's control, the ego's omnipotence, the ego's need to control life and to have an image of power. So when we live in the truth, we sacrifice that aspect of our ego. When we prefer lies, we are allowing the ego and the false image of power to prevail, and we sacrifice life. We sacrifice happiness, we sacrifice health, and we sacrifice fulfillment. The whole reason why Ranova exists is because we want life connection here. We want people to be happy, healthy, and fulfilled. And whenever there's family trauma, whenever there is a secret, whenever there is a lie, whenever there is a Chernobyl in the family system, we will suffer. In the generations before us, we will suffer the consequences. We are either not as happy as we could be because we feel guilty about being happy because our ancestors weren't happy. There are fulfillment issues. We choose paths that are not what our soul's calling. And worst of all, children develop diseases. It affects the DNA in the worst cases. Genetic disorders, cellular imbalance. It will eventually affect our health. So this is what I wanted to share with you today. Being impeccable and living in the truth pays off, not only for yourself, because your soul will be at peace and you will be living in the truth. And the truth heals, protects, and makes us peaceful, always. And we protect the next generations from pain and turmoil and from the explosion of the Chernobyl in the family soul. So what is the cost of lies? Happiness, health, and fulfillment. So living in the truth is what we should be doing as an example for the future generations, and also doing our part in healing what our ancestors knew nothing about. I'm not saying they did this on purpose. It was habit, it was culture, but in the 21st century, it's our turn to make this right and to realign the energy of the family soul. Thank you so much for being here. If you know anyone who will benefit from this content, please share this with your friends and loved ones. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, that you put your name and email in our beautiful VIP list, and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We are everywhere, and I really hope to see you in our journey. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.